game knows how to pick his subjects properly, unlike some other people. So there's going to be pretty much no chance of them ever breaking off.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, does anyone else wanna say something about these areas?
I don't know anything about the New World, essentially.
Okay.
I want someone to form USA and then try to purchase Greenland from...
Greenland is already colonized.
Yeah, but they're gonna buy it from you.
Like,
So
I
instead
have a
of buying
mission
it
to make
from the...
Greenland great.
Yeah, of course you're Danish, so it will be America buying Greenland from the Danes again. I get it.
Yes.
Anyway, on to Texas, I guess.
What? We are missing Huron.
Yeah, Huron, right. That's a player.
Okay, so the Huron player missed last session, but he perfected himself. And like me and him, we have a photo agreement. And unfortunately, because he missed this session, I decided to pick diplomatic ideas because they're useful. But yeah, he's not doing that much, but that's like a slow and steady start in Swedish.
Yeah, I guess. And he kind of lives on your mercy as well, because, I mean, he doesn't have a lot of other other players at all nearby, so it's only...
Yeah. But at the same time, the problem for me is like the trade value. Like that's like the main reason. Like the thing is colonizing the New World takes so long time, especially if you need to reroll trade goods. And in my opinion, rerolling trade goods is really profitable and really good idea to do. Especially if you have enough people colonizing the New World, so the things actually get colonized quite fast. Like I think in a lot of seasons, like the North America was pretty much, a lot of it was not colonized because like even at the end, because it just takes too much time. But by having 3 players in North America, then the colonization rate is probably much faster.
A kennel club, essentially.
So,
Yeah.
do you mind if I ask you, has he been renaming all of these provinces to himself, or is that dynamic?
What do you mean?
Nipissing.
13 qualities of salt, especially along the east coast.
Oh, you mean 13 qualities?
You mean like New York, New Haven, Connecticut, and essentially other things?
Berkshire, Rhode Island.
No, that's the
American
name they get,
culture.
right? Yeah.
No, we had dynamic names on, so
yeah.
Some of them can swap. I'm not sure if all of them swaps though. I think he has renamed some of these manually.
Yeah, I think it actually makes sense. Like when you get an event that states a province name, if you actually know where the province is probably preferable, especially because province names in the New World most unknown to most players. Like,
yeah, it can be a great defense though if the
Let's move on. Go to Texas.
Yeah. Okay, Texas time. So Texas.
He was the Portugal player who moved up.
Yeah, exactly.
And
his economy is doing really good because of the gold mines, and he has quite a lot of ideas, but he's a bit lacking on tech. But that's only because he hasn't embraced yet. Right? Anything?
Yeah. He has not taken the first government reform, so he actually has a republic with good absolutism.
Yeah. But then so can old republics if they really want to. Except for plutocratic ones, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. But he's missing out on some things as well.
Yeah, but like Texas has in the game has one of the lowest average development per provinces. It's pretty nice.
For now, he has economic.
Yeah, but then he also has one of the highest deving cost analysis in the game.
Lowest, you mean?
No,
highest.
He has jungle and tropical and
like
stuff that sucks.
Not in the north area.
Yeah, but everything is mountains or hills or something up there.
Yeah. Drylands is kind of okay and steppe. Yeah.
He has like 3... Oh, okay. He has 4 grassland provinces that aren't tropical. something like that. So it's not great Devon, but it's not that bad compared to
He
like
has like
Congo.
10, almost
And
10
and he
provinces.
can always colonize more areas. So
Yeah, but then he gets more 3-dev provinces, which he can't state. So it's
all right, right. But what's the diplomacy between Texas and and the British subjects? It's
Oh,
not.
I helped Texas a lot in trying to make sure that he moved, and we are on pretty good terms. There's only like the alliance rules that is not allowing me to actually ally also Texas and Norway, and I think that other naval threats seems to be a more big threat to my national security than actually like land armies. So that's why officially I'm still allied to Norway,
Okay.
not Texas. So
Actually, it's lagging quite much behind on in tech. Actually, not two, and on average 2 in tech, or yeah,
Yeah, more than 2 actually.
yeah,
but, like it's good being behind in tech. You don't have to fight any.
that's true. And since he has good relations with you, and his allies are Marrakesh and Inca, it seems like it's gonna be peace and boring in the new world.
Yeah.
It looks like all of America is a giant hug box.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever seen?
It's too early to tell, really.
I guess. I mean,
People have
nobody
been
knows.
really slow at colonizing the New World.
Wait, who is
I mean, like
playing
this
Cornwall?
is 1574. We have gone like 150 years or something,
Yeah,
and
and you're
yeah,
eating the rest
they're just closing off South America now, and like I would make propaganda for the Cornwall Guyana that's in South America, where all the French people from northern mainland Europe were expelled to.
Yeah, corn is good, Guyana. Anyway,
Yeah, so has someone played Cornwall then?
Yes, they have.
Okay.
Hmm.
Enough.
yeah, because I don't think the Cornwall AI would colonize on its own, right? They don't.
No, it picked other idea groups, and by having a player playing them, he can just like repick the idea groups and expel those minorities, and try to put the burglars in those provinces in Northern Europe. But I'm going to talk later about how stupid AI is doing that.
Yeah, the AI is. That's what it's known for. And Norway is in this bunch as well, but he's also allied to Great Britain, and so is Port Royal.
Yeah, Norway has way too many allies. Way.
Right. But I guess Marrakesh is
no,
Nope.
He's
not free.
Great
No.
Britain costs 2, Marrakesh 1,
Norway
Cornwall
is
2.
2
So-
above his alliance
Yeah.
limit.
No.
Yeah, he fucked up, but like it doesn't seem yet to like he will fix it. Someone
I mean,
has already told.
Yeah.
Change.
The big things with the allies rule, the
Well, the
alliance
thing
rule is so that, like in wars, I think.
I suppose he should actually peace out of one of his 2 wars against Congo or us. Because he can't be in both at the same time.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, probably yes. But
Because-
that's for the rules committee to decide on what to do there. But yeah, Congo messed up the alliance rules.
For me, it's only in a 1 war with Congo. He's not in a 2nd war.
He's in 2 wars.
Okay, right. Oh shit, I was target wrong. Yeah, the Japanese reconquest of Benkule. Who's gonna win these wars?
The Congo War, I don't know. It seems that the Congo War is just like a dead still. That just like it's about who wants to have peace first. And the Japanese War, like now the other Japanese party is here, but it's like I'm not losing, and before they give up, it's probably not going to happen. So that seems also to go in the dead still. It didn't help that they attacked like 1 hour before the session, so no other party actually wanted to aggressively try to end the war because there was 1 hour left of the session. So the war was just snailing towards like it was really slow.
Japan, do you have any anything to add to that?
Wait, what?
To the wars?
The war with Japan.
Yeah, the war with Japan. Between
What Norway's been doing, or
no, overall because
it doesn't seem to be moving anywhere. Norway's been a bit annoying, but nothing else. His boats are pretty crap. Great Britain has the highest quality heavy ships as of now, and
Yeah.
rules the open seas.
they have a lot more ships as well. 93 heavy ships on the total, a total of 98 heavy ships on their side versus your 33 Japanese heavy ships.
That is true, yes. Great Britain has 70, so it's more like twice our number.
I want to say that the Norwegian Marines invaded Shimatsu's capital. That was the last things that happened during the war. That I think is the third.
Played it like 4 times and got kicked out 3 out of those. Also worth mentioning.
Yeah.
So, how's the rest of the New World reacting to this war? Are they just they don't care, I guess, because as we already established, it's kind of a hogbox over there.
The thing is, it's totally hilarious. This is this is, I think, is like a miss in the game, and it's a problem actually. The colonial nations can actually not see Southeast Asia. My colonial nations. No, they have no vision. So, and because they're subject, I cannot sell them the maps. So they have to explore. And because they are colonial nations, they cannot actually really explore that much. So that's kind of right now a little bit like, okay, now we defend the American continent or something because we cannot do that much.
So they and they can't even move there because to help in the fights. Right. Does Holland and or Batu has anything? Do you ever have anything to add to this continent as a whole?
To the conflict between Congo and...
yeah, and the continent as a whole.
We can take that later when we move on to Africa.
We could.
The Inca in Marrakesh is still
Like try to structure the pod so that we have we know when we're finished.
Yeah. I guess we move on from North and South America as a whole. But I mean, we have looked at. We can look at the Inca, and we can look at the Inca as well. He can embrace now. He has made all the reforms for a long time ago, I guess, and he has made contact with the new, like the old world. How's his future? What do you think about his future?
His idea picks are really greedy. Like, he's lucky that he has a Texas player that's friendly, because going economic exploration expansion is like MP is kind of like, I feel it's pretty greedy on his part. But yeah.
But I mean, like, Texas only went plutocratic as his only military group, so it's gonna be fine for Inca anyways.
Both of them, I think both of them would lose power in a war between them. I mean,
like, Texas has no manpower whatsoever. See, there's no way he can push through Inca's bounty. Especially when he's behind on military techs. Like, I mean, Inca is also behind on military techs, but if Texas was actually on date with them, like, up to date, then it would be a very large difference. But as of now, they are very even, and Texas cannot push into Inca whatsoever.
Yeah, Texas has a bit bigger army and a bit more manpower, but I mean the difference isn't huge, and I don't think they would gain that much right now. But
and now it's too late, because before it was like Inca was a like military tech 5, because they didn't like tech up and stuff, because like he had not reformed the government yet. So Texas missed his chance to just wreck Inca instead of getting an ally.
Yeah, but I mean he's already at his state limits, as we said before, and I mean it all depends on what his end game is. But I mean, he could have secured a lot bigger parts of America as a whole if he had done that, because he could have rushed Inca before he gave him a chance to reform.
I don't think he wanted to.
Nah, exactly.
Yeah, he didn't
my
want
point.
to. He could have.
But I mean, it's all he seems like he's new to this community, and playing not very aggressively is often the best choice. And yeah, so I think he did the right choice, not attacking or anything. What do you guys think?
I will have attacked.
I would have attacked.
Yeah.
But, like,
Oh,
I did attack when I played Texas. So
All right, yeah. Moving on, Marrakesh. He has colonized quite a bit now, actually. A lot of coast.
I do not like his province in Africa.
Right, he still has that one left, where he began his
Yeah.
Africa's Pearl, and haha.
Yeah, it's 2 provinces in Africa. But
Yeah, no,
He
3.
has- No, 4.
So, 4? Where's the
Actually,
4th one?
5 if you count Sao Tome.
Oh, right. He's,
Oh yeah, you mean North Africa? I'm talking about like sub-Saharan Africa.
yeah.
Then he has 2.
Well,
Yeah.
what's the point of having these 2?
So he can raid,
Yeah, right.
Which
his
is,
Berber ideas.
which is if he starts raiding, then the Dutch come knocking.
Ah,
But as of right now, I don't give a fuck.
okay.
it's kind of interesting that he didn't want for a colonial nation, I think. But like,
Now, like, he couldn't become a colonial nation because I forced him into the New World.
He got his old provinces back when Andalusia fell apart.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I made him an OPM in the New World.
oh yeah, but he could colonize something in West
Yeah, but then he
Africa
would have to
and-
move his capital back again.
Yeah,
And he didn't have a province in the old world. So he needed to colonize something, which would have taken time anyways, so...
If he started raiding and he's allied to Norway and Texas, do you think he would be able to like win a war against all of those 3 guys at the same time?
I don't think I need to win a war.
You only need to.
I think I need to move into his provinces, tell him to stop, give him some money, and then hopefully he will stop. If he doesn't stop, then we will have to do something else. don't-
And
you-
also, in a few years, Texas will probably be a great power, and you can't ally both of them either.
Yeah, so
Since Texas
Like-
already has 900 development.
you don't have to do drastic moves. You don't have to like, oh, if you don't stop, I'm gonna take 100% from you and kill you. Like, no. Just show some force, then you make a diplomatic deal of some sort.
Yeah, I guess. Do we have anything else to add to this, or do we move on to Africa?
yeah, it's shame on Marrakesh for not reloading trade goods. Ooh, more trade value.
But it's Shiraz Matas. He doesn't give a fuck. He likes to watch the world burn. That's the only thing he
Marrakesh
cares
should-
about.
I mean, honestly, Marrakesh needs to like secure first, like the inland, and then he can start re-rolling more.
Yeah, he has so many provinces inside that he can re-roll.
So I don't really
Yeah.
think he's doing anything wrong by not re-rolling yet.
I mean, there's no chance for gold anyway, but I mean, there's other very, very, very strong trade goods over here.
I have a question about rerolling trade goods. Has anyone actually done the math about how much you earn by rerolling goods, not just colonizing
I have.
everything?
Of course, yeah.
I want
Yeah.
to see those spreadsheets.
They are not public.
Yeah, but you can just send them to me in direct message then.
It's multivariable
Yeah.
calculus. Just do the calculations yourself.
No.
Hmm.
I actually don't like calculation. I just run simulations.
Anyway, moving on to
Pinnacle
Songhai.
of the world.
Yeah, yeah.
Songhai is fine because he's a subject to Milan. I helped him become one. Ludde is very angry at me. Ludde is very angry at the world. Very, very angry.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
So I'm just wondering, why hasn't Ludi become a subject of France?
Because he can't. And because France doesn't want him, I think.
I mean, this is I think the last time we checked on Songhai, the last podcast, he was on the brink of bankruptcy as well, but and he's almost bankrupt now as well. And in a war, but the war will be won because of, as you said, Milan. But I mean, what's his future like? Does he have any chance of true recovery and being
Yes.
an actual player again?
Yes. Because I've been sponsoring him for the last 100 years.
Ooh. And what's the main reason for that one?
Because if Ludde gets all of Western Africa, he will go back on his deal saying, now I want the coast too.
Oh.
It's more safe having him fight Songhai for like 400 years than him
Until
owning all of West Africa.
Yeah, I guess.
Divide and conquer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's not much else to say about Songhai, I guess. He's behind on tech. Yeah, not that far behind on ideas. A bit behind.
I mean, like, he has had crap rulers.
Yeah, he has crap rulers, and he has gone bankrupt a lot of times and been in a helpless war. So there, I mean, it's not his fault, but it doesn't look very good. But
He
yeah,
has a good
So I'm just gonna
sponsor
say
in
it.
Milan.
Africa doesn't like West Africa doesn't look very good, right?
it looks kind of
Overall.
disease-ridden.
Yeah.
The
At least-
devastation map mode is great though.
Honestly, High Priest Daniel's country at least looks alright.
Yeah, I guess. And the Dutch part of this area as well.
Yes.
So if we go to Congo, he has his tech is basically the same. No, it's better. It's much better actually. I'll take everything back.
He has no idea.
But he has no ideas.
And he has no development. And since Butua is
Yes.
his enemy, I'm not sure why did he declare war on Port Royal. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever because he's not going to be able to get that province.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess his
Well,
idea
it's
was.
better to go out with guns blazing.
I
I
mean, like,
guess,
it's not even guns blazing. Port Royal is just ignoring him.
and even if he got that one province, I mean, it's 3 development and a jungle.
Yeah, but he can still be raided. He got raided by the pirates. I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah.
So like, even if we win, he still loses. So it's not a good situation to be in.
And he has no allies as of now. So, what does the future have in hold? Like, what's his future like? Do you
I think he will be incorporated into a bigger and better nation.
The Dutch.
The Dutch. Yeah. I mean, you have some provinces here as well.
mean,
Did
I
you
would
buy?
honestly guess that Congo is bigger than the Dutch, area-wise? Or size-wise?
Yeah, I guess.
Area-wise.
Yeah,
you
he
look
has
at
the
that-
wasteland.
That's just the wasteland.
Oh yeah, you mean like the visual size. But then you have to like keep in mind that I have Norway too.
Oh,
You
right,
have a
right.
small portion, but you have to keep in mind Congo is incredibly huge compared to, say, Norway or the Netherlands.
Not that much bigger. but sure.
Anyway.
But yeah,
Anyway, did you
Congo is
buy
bigger
these?
than
Did you buy
Netherlands.
these areas, or did you?
No.
just-
What I did was, I think it was 1490, something along those lines. I colonized Sao Tome very, temporarily. Got a claim on him, invaded him, absolutely thrashed his army, and he was like, "What do you want?" And I said, I want your coast. And he was like, okay. And he gave me his coast. But then he came later and said, do you want a deal? And I said, yes, I do want a deal. And he said, I want some provinces back. And I was like, I only want your trade, so you can have all the provinces that don't give me trade. And then we don't have to fight over them later. And he was like, yes. So now we have a stable deal. So he's
Yeah, I
gonna
see
get
that. Yeah.
another province back. He's going to get the Mbamba province back.
Is he really?
Well, I guess he can hold on for it
I'm just
for it for a
wondering,
little while.
snapshot.
Yes,
If Batua fully annexes Congo, does he get to get that Mbamba province then?
maybe. I heard Batua likes deal.
If you were in Congo's shoes, who would you try to ally? What would be your game plan to survive?
Ally Batua.
Yeah. Would you accept that kind of a deal? But is it too late for Congo?
It's too late. It's always been too late. It was too late the moment he sent Condotieres to Mutapa.
Okay,
It was
so
in 1449.
Why do you hold such grudges, man?
No, it's
been
not
over
a grudge,
100
but
years. It's been
I
more
need
than
to
a century.
expand my borders.
Yeah, but how about this? You ally Congo, and he expands into Songhai while he sells you his provinces in southern Africa.
I mean, like, I guess you have Mamluks as your ally, but do you really want to have Mamluks as your ally?
Well, I looked at them in the save file and no.
No.
ouch.
So it's like, you're better off getting yourself a small player who will never become a GP and ally him. Because you're going to become a GP. You are a GP.
Yeah, I mean, that's up to you. How do you do your diplomacy? And now you heard your input, but let's go into your country, Batua. And your economy looks much better. Your tech looks much better, and your ideas look
Are the
much
best.
better.
The
Yeah.
ancestral tomb. Man, that's good.
So, what's your plans for the future, if we forget about the Congo conflict?
Well, then I'm gonna basically just build a lot of manufactories and shit. And maybe if I'm lucky, I can save Mamluks from the Ottomans. But
No.
probably not.
But you have no interest in, like, taking the land from Mamluks instead?
Well, I don't see a reason why if I take Congo, because I don't think I will have enough states for it.
You will.
Yeah, he's at the
Eventually.
limit, so...
I mean, one plan would be to take areas for Congo, make him into a small enough country to be your vassal for free. That would be a plan.
Yeah, it's possible, I guess.
You are very locked in your expansion possibilities. I mean, like, you can expand in quite a lot of different ways, in different directions, but none of them are really profitable for you. Like, expanding up into the Mamluks, there's no way, you cannot get his trade.
Well, yeah, I can get the trade from Ethiopia and Gulf of Aden.
Yes,
Not
but then
Ethiopia,
again,
but
that
Gulf
trade
of
isn't
Aden.
worth very much. Like,
Well, it's worth a lot if I start building a lot of manufacturers and stuff.
I mean, it's grain and slave problems.
Yeah, but I like grain and slaves. Yeah, but it's still
I mean, like,
a
it's
good chunk of
something.
income.
It's something, but
Are you trying to tell me that coffee isn't a good
no,
trade good?
coffee is literally the worst trade good that
How
you can get in the
dare
world.
you? How dare you to talk shit about coffee? No, I mean...
The price of coffee hasn't collapsed yet, but when it does, you're not gonna like it.
I mean, it's
Yeah,
waiting for the
of
coffee boom as well.
Yeah, but the coffee boom doesn't cancel out the negative from the Europeans fighting coffee.
Yeah. Anyway, do you have any plans for, say, something far-fetched as India? Would that be an option for you?
That is an option for him. But
well, they are
Convincing.
hotboxing a lot, and
Yeah.
it would be a great prestige to kill them.
we can split Ceylon, Kappa.
Yeah, so you can get Ceylon and I get mainland India.
Oh yeah, that sounds nice.
That seems ambitious.
I think it sounds fine. What's
I
the...
have a mission for Ceylon.
No, I just wanna build manufactories on my ivory provinces, and then I'm gonna skyrocket in income.
Do you have any plans of winning the game in score, or do you just want to play the game you're already playing and be a strong African power?
I want to become a strong nation without dying to a coalition.
You're not going to die to a coalition. No one to koala against.
Yeah, exactly. So
Like you are in one
My
in the
plan is
most
going
safe
good.
spots in the game. So like a coalitions against you is kind of like the coalition already tried to happen between Ethiopia, Congo, the Netherlands, and Great Britain, and it failed a little bit.
No, it didn't fail.
it
I got
didn't fail.
exact-
Okay, where's
I got- I
Ethiopia?
got-
Where's Ethiopia? I can't see him on the map.
Yeah, but I got exactly what I wanted out of it, so didn't fail for me.
I think you refer to Cape of Good Hope, or
Yeah.
what did you get? Yeah.
I just wanted to keep my stuff in South Africa.
Okay. And does anyone have anything else to say? Japan, do you have anything to add to all of this?
Yeah, the work was
The
great.
tour has been nice.
You have islands right here on this border, but they are occupied by Great Britain.
Yeah.
Yeah, the best part is I can't even see that island, even though he has had it for like I don't know how
Wait, you
long.
can't?
No, it's
No,
still
he-
terra incognita.
Ah.
And I think Butua is paid like extortion money to like Japan for not raiding his coast.
Yeah.
I mean, I popped in to ask, hey, do you want to pay me money? And he just said yes. So he's been very nice to me.
You didn't even say, I will raid your coast if you don't give me money. You said, hey,
It
give
was
me money,
implied.
please.
Yeah, I did, however, raid Ethiopia, but
Okay.
that's irrelevant.
Do we...
know,
yeah.
Betua, do you know how to explore Terra Incognita between like the East Coast and West Coast without having exploration?
No.
Okay, so what you do is you build a transport ship, or whatever ship you want to have. You take like Mayumba or Luango, where you can see the sea tide outside of it, in Western Congo.
Wait, what province did you say?
Mayumba or Luango.
How do you spell it? Oh, wait, I found it. Yeah?
Yeah. If you take that province, you can send a ship from one port and right-click your province on the other side. And it will explore all of the Terra Incognita for you.
So it's another good feature of Paradox
Yes.
development.
So you can always move a ship from port to port. And it will explore the Terra Incognita for you between the two places.
Anyway, do we go to Mamluks now?
Yes, I'm only here to shit on the Mamluks.
Okay. Well, tell me about Mamluks.
Well, first, if we go to the gold provinces he conquered from Ethiopia, Damut is still not a state. Kaffa erased autonomy. And that makes me sad.
Yeah, okay.
And
Full on
neither of them
states.
are his own religion.
Yeah.
Like he's full on states.
Yeah, but like he have a state with Red Sea Hills with 9 development in it. It's just destate it and make the gold process state.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
I think he took the province in 1539, and it's still not a state.
Yeah, his economy is not doing that great. He earns 6.2 from trade as well.
Yeah, that's
that's
because
Italy.
Ottoman took his province and Italy.
Yeah, he lost all of the good provinces in Alexandria, and because of Italy, as you say. But do you think he can survive against the Ottomans with your
No.
help?
No.
Okay.
We can just look at, he has no manpower, very low. Even our combined army is still almost just as half as Ottoman's army.
So if he's gonna survive, he needs to do some god tier diplo.
Yes.
I guess. So if you were in his shoes, Stabshot and Anamarish, what would you do?
As Mamluks,
And Mamluk.
Yeah, as Mamluks.
I would deal with the Turks.
Yeah, try to find a deal
Because
with. But
yeah, because you have no possibility of winning against the Turks, other than a status quo due to the Turks being locked up in Europe.
so if you want to know what I do, I try to make a deal with the Turks. If that actually doesn't work at all, I would I would attack the Rasids, annex them, release and play as the Rasids, and be the vassal of Batu or something, because that's like the only way to survive if you can't make a deal with the Turks.
Yeah. I mean, he had a deal with the Turks for a long time. When Wilhelm was playing the Turks. But I mean, it's hard to compete against the Turks in terms of expansion. But do you think he's still a great power? No, he's not. He's not a great power. But as soon as he embraces, he is. But do you think?
There are larger nations than the Mamluks who haven't embraced?
I guess. So unless he deals with he does a deal with the Turks. Do you think he has no chance of survival, according to you?
He will survive.
He has no real
okay.
chance of
He
being...
will survive for 50 years. I cannot tell if he will survive after 50 years. But he will survive for 50 years because he's so large.
Yeah, it's hard to...
No one has absolutism. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I'd say either play as Hormus or the Rasids, if you can't make a deal.
Okay. Okay.
Because then at least you can be
so
a
you don't
small
have a
but
lot of
high
faith in-
quality nation for someone else.
Okay.
And also, I'm pretty sure the Mamluks player has a dog in his profile picture, so it kinda makes sense.
A dog in his profile picture. I don't. I don't think so, but maybe.
Wait, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Mycket.
Yeah, he does.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, like, he went humanist in his first idea. Like, his first idea group.
To be fair, I don't think he ever did a hard war between the humanist idea pick and the defensive idea pick, so it didn't really matter, to be honest.
But it's a idea group that will not help him in multiplayer later. If that was economic and he would have put like quality later on, then he could have gotten a discipline bonus and a stronger economy. But right now it's just a dead pick.
Yeah.
I mean, like, except for maybe him getting a billion trillion rebels if he wouldn't have it, but I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I don't think he...
Well, I mean,
maybe.
you pretty much have to high roll in multiplayer games. If you don't high roll, then you will just lose to someone who doesn't.
Yeah, the 42nd government reform also picked the taxes or manpower.
Yeah, that's not great in multiplayer as well. Or at all.
It can be okay in single player.
Yeah. But I mean, I've picked it once or twice when when my nobility has like over 100 of influence, and then I pick it just like in as a last resort and stuff like that. But
At that point, it's better to just revoke territory, to be honest.
I mean, anyway, let's move on to Timurids, I guess.
What, the other bankrupt nation, Andalusia? Or is that for
yeah.
Europe?
I mean, I guess that's more like
yeah,
of a Europe
we'll
thing.
take that.
He's in a
Uh,
conflict with Europe, so take him with
Yeah,
Europe.
with
Yeah,
Italian.
yeah. We could go Ottomans instead, but I also think that Ottomans is like the waypoint between everything else and Europe. So I guess we go to India or Timurids now.
Yeah. They have been fighting a lot.
Yeah, they had the longest fight the longest war I've seen.
Yeah.
And a lot of casualties, but I mean the borders didn't change a whole lot at all.
And none of the nations are ruined, so
It
we've
was
been
kind
fighting
of a
conservatively for a very long time.
Like in army losses, the Timurids is number 2.
Yeah.
what's the point of not taking expand Timurids the mission as soon as possible?
Which one do you mean?
If you look at his
gain some
mission
development
fulfilled.
and dev cost.
Because you want the dev cost for an institute.
Ah, right.
But then he doesn't have very many institutes left, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
I
global
usually
trade
grab
is going to
that.
come up on your own. I usually use it for printing press or colonialism.
Yeah. I
Like he
usually
has
take it
9
as-
manufacturers. It's actually like he took their high income, so he has 9 manufacturing. Jiangsu China has a bunch of manufacturers. That's
Yeah.
not.
But these guys, do you think they would have stand a better chance against Ottomans because of their...
No.
No. Okay.
Because the Ottomans have been sitting still and building up his nations from within, whereas the
Okay.
Timurids have been fighting. So the Ottomans are like, I'm not even sure like a Mamluks Timurids Butua alliance could take down the Ottomans. The Ottomans are so insanely strong.
Yeah, you will need like Russia or France as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So what's Timurid's game plan? I mean, he has been in a war with India, and he will lose a war against Ottomans and probably Russia as well.
I don't
So,
think the Ottomans wants to fight him though.
No, no. But I'm saying what's his expansion routes?
He's gonna keep on fighting India.
Yep.
That's his goal. He's gonna keep on fighting until someone dies.
And if he succeeds,
And
he can
in-
form the Mughals.
Force as well in the
No, he will not form the Mughals.
Ah, not.
No. Forming the Mughals
Mughals,
in multiplayer is a bad choice.
like you don't form the Mughals as the Timurids to start with. You form something else, and then maybe you form the Mughals. But that's high ambition.
The problem is you go Indian tech group, which is worse than the Muslim tech group. You get Hindavi culture instead of Persian culture, so he's gonna get absolutely fucked by rebels. And then he gets the weird culture system, which is terrible in the player because you need to own all of a culture to accept it, and you can't accept it manually, which means you cannot accept any culture pretty much. It's gonna
Yeah,
be terrible.
that's not. You don't need to accept into a culture group. You just need to accept a culture. But yeah, it's not that great in multiplayer.
Okay.
But the extra states can be useful, especially when you're capitalist in Asia. But yeah, like the Timurids are like fighting India. The problem is that if the Timurids try to fight someone else, then he dies to the Indians. So it's like, it's him or the Indians.
I don't think the Indians are gonna hugbox for that much longer.
The only good thing that comes with Mughals are their
Missions.
Yeah, you cut off, but you were gonna say
Yeah.
missions, right?
Like, the missions aren't good either.
Okay.
What? You get claims on all of
There
India?
are so many.
Yes,
many
but you
must be-
need to own parts of India to get more claims
When
on
you
India.
own it, just take it. It's not
Yeah,
that.
just right-click declare war.
Yes.
So, what do you get for... I mean, Mughals get buffs for accepting cultures as well, right? So what do you get from
No,
the...
they get buffs for accepting entire culture group.
Ah, okay.
So
Yeah, and
you
that's
need to-
practically not possible.
Yeah, you need to own all of a culture to get that culture accepted, and then you need to own all of a culture group to get a bonus. It's like no, it's not possible in multiplayer.
Okay. I've actually never played Mughals. I thought you just needed to accept the culture. So
I mean, like, if-
that was...
And
If
the
they-
bonuses are not that great. Like the Persian culture group is like minus 10% advisor cost, but part of this is in the Ottoman, so he's never getting
like,
it.
if
The
the
Caucasian
Kurdish
Caucasian
If
is not
Kurdish
relevant.
wasn't part of the Persian group or the Iranian group, group, then maybe it could have been worth it, but no.
Okay. So you foresee a war between between Timurids and the Indians again?
I know. So I
yeah.
spoke Sicily.
Yeah, and who do you think is gonna win the next time? The next
No
war?
one.
Endless war and no winner.
Yeah, what I think is going to happen, sooner or later, Timurids is going to die from either Russia, the Ottomans, or Donku doing Donku things and just revolting against the Timurids while he's at war with India. Then India is going to take over Timurids, but then India is going to die from China or something. No one is going to win by doing that.
Sounds like a fun future.
Yes.
Well, then that's a segue into India. And,
Mewar.
yeah, Mewar, Delhi, Orissa, Vijayanagar. Are they still gonna hogbox, do you think? Or is the hogbox gonna be broken up soon?
I think the hogbox is going to be broken up very soon by Orissa getting attacked by Vijayanagar and Mewar.
Ooh,
Wait,
spicy.
You think so?
wait, are you recording a podcast?
Yes.
Yeah,
Oh,
I am.
I'm gonna leave. Bye.
So, snapshot. Have you
Yeah.
heard anything about the Indians then and their diplomatic relations?
Yes.
Okay. So, have you heard about whether or not they are a pre-made or not?
They are not.
Really?
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And when this war that you foresee occurs, who do you think gonna win? Mewar and Vijay against Delhi and Orissa?
Mewar and Vijayanagar, because Orissa is going to die to the Chinese.
Ah,
He's the one exposed, not Vijayanagar.
yeah.
I mean, Vijayanagar is also...
Vijay has a small little thing
Yeah, but
outside here, but it's nothing big.
No, he's not close enough. Chinese wants to go for Orissa first.
They might demand that Vijay gives up Dive yet, though.
Yeah, but they're not going to do that before they can take down Orissa.
True. True.
There's no point in declaring war on two people when you can just declare war on one person.
No.
Orissa
could
keeps all the
potentially threaten-
defensive terrain. The Chinese needs the defensive terrain. They're not going after both of them at the same time. That would be suicide by part
Yeah.
of the
I'm not
Chinese.
saying that they'd go after them at the same time.
And when this war happens, the Timurids, will they attack Delhi or Mewar?
Delhi.
Ooh. Okay. And do you think Timurids and Mewar is gonna have a friendly relation after that, or do you think that it's a war waiting to happen?
Between who did you say?
When Delhi and Orissa is dead, do you think that Timurids and the rest of the Indians are gonna get along, or do you think it's a
No.
war waiting to happen?
I don't think Delhi and Orissa are going to die either. I think they're going
Ah.
to get hit.
It will take so long. It will be a war for Britain that takes so long
Yeah.
that it's like 100 years we're talking about.
And-
In my
I'm pretty sure Silver Lee will make a deal with Delhi, and then he will join them in killing Mewar or something. Like,
and
I think
why
I
is
got-
not very much too good looking. Like
no, Too Good Looking's playing Switzerland now, please. But I think most of you are thinking way too statically. Like, relations can change.
Definitely.
You don't have to kill. You don't have to war someone to death.
No, but the thing is, in my experience, when a person is losing a war, a lot of people around that person will jump in and grab what they can.
Yeah, but then the original aggressor,
Yeah.
Silver Lee, will probably not want them taking all of that land,
Yeah,
so he will change his diplomatic stance.
I guess.
I
Anyway,
want to
Depends on how
point
much
out
they
the great
tolerate.
leaders of Mewar, and that Mewar has built a lot of manufactories, so the tall building of this country is pretty much over.
Yeah.
yeah, he has some left to build, but not much. Anyway, do we have anything else to add to this region as a whole?
Mewar and Vijayanagara knows how to get the good rulers, while Delhi and Orissa don't.
Did we nerf that, or did we revert the nerf?
No, it's still nerfed.
Okay,
A lot.
then they're just very lucky. But that's good.
Yeah.
Like, being lucky is all right.
Yeah, it's alright. I mean, it's better than to be unlucky, I guess.
Yeah, but I mean, like, it's not that they're getting those rulers back to back to back to back to back to back to back 400 years.
Oh, that was funny though.
Yeah, I did the same. But I mean, like,
I
getting 1 or 2 during your entire run is fine. Like, you can have a golden age, sure.
Anyway, do we go to... I mean, there's not much to say in Indochina. All of those are puppets to
Yeah.
the Indians. And Indonesia is... I mean, I guess
Oh boy,
Tanata
the
is...
mess.
The
Yeah,
Dutch!
the Dutch is here. The Dutch is here as well. Yeah, are you gonna apply the same tactics here? Divide and conquer? Try to play the...
Okay, so I can tell you a fun story of how everything happened to me.
do it.
Okay, so I colonized the province of Katapang on Borneo, which is still not colonized because they burned my colony. But yeah, I saw that Shimatsu placed his colony right next to mine. I was like, this is suspicious. They're building a spy network on me. They're gonna declare war on me. So I declared a preemptive war on Palembang. You know, like Grugi's old name that he didn't play, so he wasn't
Yeah,
very
yeah.
high. And he didn't have any allies. So as soon as I declared war, I got a no CB from Ternate. And he killed my navy, which was 40 transport ships or something. But I had already landed 40k soldiers on Borneo.
Hmm.
So it didn't achieve much. He burnt down my colony while I was sieging up the rest of Palembang. And I knew that I couldn't get 100% because I couldn't get all of Palembang's land sieged down. So I took like 3 small islands.
Yeah.
And from there I made a claim on Malacca, which still didn't have a player. So I made a peace with Ternate for like some islands or something, but not all of them, because he knew that he couldn't like take them back from me, because he couldn't get 50%. That was impossible because it was a no CB war. There was no war goal. So then I declared war on Malacca, and then there came the 5th Ternatian War of Aggression. So he did the 5th CB war this season, and it was a no CB truce break.
Yeah, that's a yikes.
So
I mean,
he went down to 3 stability and had like insane rebel issues. And then I took the northern tip of Sumatra and I sold the rest of the islands to Japan. Because if you can bribe Trasan into getting a deal, then he will enforce that deal on the rest of Asia. So I was like, oh, I'm safe now.
Yep.
yeah, pretty much. And the war between Great Britain and Japan. What do you have to say about that one?
Yeah, that's some shit. So I attacked, I made a colony, fabricated a claim, attacked Malacca, and took, and Malacca was allied to Grugi's previous country of Palembang, and I took the provinces of Palembang, but while that was happening, I got rebels back in Sumatra, and Ternate attacked, and could see, because my army was the other place, then he sieged them down, so okay, this war, okay, I can end the war, but I cannot get the whole of the Sumatra thing that Malacca still had. So they took that. I took the couple of islands and the 2 provinces of mainland and shit. And that was the end of the war on taking the provinces. And then I'm yeah, shit, now they're going to fucking attack me or something. So I moved my army, not my army. Okay, moved also some army, but that was most rebels problem. And then I moved my navy to protect my freaking shitty islands I just conquered. And then I just got attacked by Japan. And I'm fuck.
Yeah. And on the other side, we attacked you because we saw over 40 heavy ships from him and his allies in the area. And we were fairly confident he was going to attack us.
Were you gonna attack them?
Yes.
No. I was not going to attack Japan. That's too bad.
When the Ternate attacked you, did he do a no CB war as well?
No, he didn't attack me. He attacked Malacca. I was a war.
Ah, right.
But Malacca had rebels, So I had the sieges, but the rebels came and then took the sieges. And then Tanada could take the provinces in that fucking war, and like, no. So the reason why he has like the provinces of Shimatsu, that some of the provinces Shimatsu has, were from like they were taken from me by rebels during a war, and my army was sieging down Palembang's capital fort. So that was pretty sad. Those damn rebels.
I mean, this whole area is kind of yeah, it's
It's a clusterfuck, and I love
it's a
it.
clusterfuck. That's and VJ is also kind of. Does anyone of you plan to take back this area from Vijayanagar when they're at war?
No.
It's on the mainland, and I'm not declaring war on fucking the Indians and shit on mainland. That was so.
I'm only
okay.
here to
No, we have
meme.
the mainland area there, to be honest.
I'm only here to meme, man. I don't care. I don't care about the mainland.
I'm just here to
Shimatsu
basically
has-
pass the time.
So the Japan, how do you want to explain the strategies of Japan with you and Shimatsu and Japan?
You mean in our war?
Yeah, not in the war, but overall, your what's your plans? How do you intend to win the game?
I'll just tell you that both Fruchtflugen and Trasan aren't exactly the people to make elaborate plans.
Okay.
And
Okay.
that's pretty much it.
If I'd had to guess, they're gonna try to meme Neuron somehow.
I would
Ah.
not be surprised. Also, is there anything I can do with my new province Tsushima? Because it's getting a bit annoying not having any culture or religion on it.
I'm like,
Ah, right. The new province that got added in the latest
no,
past.
don't remove the only atheist province in the game.
It says no culture. All cultures view Kono as their own nation. Thus giving no penalties.
Like until I actually fix the mod, if you start the new game and you form Manchu, then you change to no culture as primary culture. It fucked the whole game up. So I needed to fix this.
The people of Tsushima are followers of the no religion faith and are considered true believers by the Shinto state religion of Kono.
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't you know
works.
that the Shinto state of Japan, even in real life, is one of the most atheist states and
Yeah.
countries?
this is just going the extra step. Extra atheist.
Tsushima is the province for those who believe that culture and religion were useless.
Yeah.
Just no point.
Well, anyway,
Suppose.
what's the Japanese relations to the Chinese? in this
Mostly
this
good,
history.
I guess.
Raid them.
Like the Chinese are not paying extortion money, and at the same time are not getting raided.
Yeah,
So,
it
like,
has been
it
paying
cannot be
me
that
money,
tough.
though.
Has
You'd
you?
pay me
Okay.
money. And Beiyang used to pay us money until their war with the Indians or something.
Shimatsu is no longer a
Daimyo.
daimyo. Was that the plan all along, or is that a mistake?
His capital is on Palau. He can't be a daimyo.
Yeah. Palau. What's that?
It's an island.
But why is his capital on Palaio?
Palau, because it's not in
Palau.
Asia.
Ah, okay. So that's why.
Yeah, so he can make trade companies and stuff. So
I guess.
yeah,
I have
But
no
it-
idea why, but yeah, that's...
that's
it's-
it.
but-
It's his cities in disguise. I think what it's
Oh,
called.
okay, yes.
And you're pirate. No, are you pirating anything? Anima? Even though you're a pirate, you don't pirate.
Like, he's at war with Great Britain right now. I don't think he
Ah,
has...
right,
shit
right,
left to
right.
pirate anything.
Like this war has been me trying to track his fleet and kill it, and him trying to like put it into harbor. Like
Not
it's so. I don't know. Every time I took it,
my fleet has just been sitting in harbor the entire war, except for that, like, those two battles.
yeah, we had two battles in this strait, like Taiwan Strait.
I won the
Well,
first one,
like-
you won the second one.
I retreated from the first one because of that bad dice roll. So I just like, I'm not taking this shit. I'm going back to harbor right before the Mantic, and then the Mantic, and then I took out again, and then I smashed it. Right?
You didn't take it out though, did you?
What? I retreated the fleet. I didn't lose the battle. I just retreated because it was right before the month.
The when you battle around the Taiwan Strait, I'm pretty sure Trazan took back the province, forcing your fleet out.
Oh yeah, that's also probable.
Hey,
But yeah, I was controlling it. Like, okay, now we engage again. And it's fine.
you have the British pride of the navy, the British flagship.
Argonaut, yeah.
That's a nice one. I mean, it
Yes,
doesn't do a whole lot of. It doesn't do anything extra, but I mean, it looks cool.
Yeah, I sunk his and he captured mine. That's,
Yeah. That's 5 prestige for me. I think.
you're a pirate. You have extra chance of capturing.
Yeah, I know, but it's like 5 for losing and 10 for capturing, so I got 5 more prestige.
Yeah, my prestige is crap anyway, but yours is also bad. Like we are both down the same boat. Like I could not take Defend of the
my
Faith because
prestige is
France has
alright.
like 100 prestige.
My prestige is actually okay. Not good, but it's okay.
Anyway, do we move on to China?
No, we need to talk about Tanate.
I'd just like
Yeah.
to point out one thing about my country before we leave it.
Yeah.
My diplomats are called Michimasa and Michio. My merchants are called Harumichi and Michisuke. My king is called Michiyuki. My advisor is called Michitaka, Michinao, and Michitane. And basically the same with my admirals and generals, Michimoto, Michiyuki, Michihisa. And I'm wondering, why is every single person in my country called something with Michi?
I mean, det är Michi bra. I'm sorry.
Let's talk about Australia.
Okay, let's talk about Australia.
Why have you done it the opposite?
Because I cannot see the other part because I need to use my explorer to fight you and not exploring.
Just send him exploring or
The
something.
East
I won't
Coast
fight
is
you while you explore, okay?
mine.
Do you plan to put a player on
Yeah.
Australia? Okay.
I'm planning on putting the player I killed on Australia.
Oh. Yikes.
I want to comment that Tanate is actually a reform because
Yeah, I
of
saw
the
that.
Netherlands.
Yeah, because he took one of my provinces.
I'm guessing you did that on purpose. It's not like he stole it, right?
No, like he took it from me after our war. Like I gave him like a couple of provinces. I think it was one of the Indian Sea provinces.
Yeah, it's the one...
Me and Madagascar.
That's pretty
Yeah.
good, anyway.
Yeah.
Well, so
So eventually I'm gonna lose all of my prestige because of that.
so Tanate is allied to you, Anna Marish.
Yep.
Do you think he's gonna intervene in the war somehow?
How would he intervene?
I don't know. Declare
I
I
Britain.
need to,
Declare
I
his
need to
own
look
war on
at the
Britain.
ship's morale.
Yeah.
If you look at the ship morale of Tanate, you probably realize why he's not intervening. Because both like me and Norway has like 5 more naval
like-
morale and over.
Oh
I mean, like
shit.
I have more naval morale than he does.
Oh shit. It doesn't look that good.
Like, Norway's navy is pretty B tier, but Ternate is C tier, so... Yeah.
I mean, like, how do I have more naval morale than
So,
the
yeah.
nation going naval ideas? What?
So if you were Tanate, what would be your game plan? What's his future?
He is like in a
Apologize.
bad position, like he in any case, because he shouldn't attack. That would be like not good idea. But at the same time, like what should he do now?
I don't know.
It's like the other nations that have like the same little problem, like where okay, how I'm actually going to like thrive, and Tanate is like it's not obvious because the problem is that he doesn't have a good army and doesn't have a good navy. So yeah, it's kind of a bit bad.
But what does he have? He has.
He has money.
Yeah, he has money.
Yeah, but he doesn't even have a lot of money.
Yeah, he has 2 loans and buildings. He hasn't built a single manufacturer.
I mean, like, he started out as a one province miner.
Yeah, I guess.
And he's not a pirate. And the problem with building is that he just unlocked the building, factory building, acceptable manufacturers because they come at Tech 14 for him. So I don't blame him for not building manufacturers.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
other people that need to be blamed for.
Also, I
mean,
think he
it's
was
not
very
a-
happy when one of you activated the spice trade thing, so he got 50% on basically all of his good provinces.
No,
Yeah.
it doesn't matter really to us.
I mean,
To him.
I mean, you get
he's
some
Like
money
the
from this,
Netherlands is going to like they have the decline because he owns the spice provinces.
Yeah,
So
as soon as
even. Yeah, so that's like if those are not lost, then it's going to happen as soon as the Diplotech or whatever is.
it's the year 16. It's a year, right?
I
Or
don't
is,
remember.
or is it
I
like
think
15?
it's
Let's see. Decline of the spice trade. No, years 1600.
Yeah.
So he has 24 years with good spice income.
Yeah.
yeah, and after that, we'd either have to make a deal with Stamshot or just accept it.
Unless you give me Shinto religion.
I
big
wouldn't mind
brains.
that. You can have Shinto if you want.
Shinto in fire.
In Europe.
In
I
Europe,
mean, like
that
we
would be-
already have an Orthodox Florence, so a Shinto Netherlands would.
I mean, it's a
right
bit
in.
more far-fetched, but not that much.
We
Anyway,
just need,
yeah. Anyway, let's move on to China. What do we have to say about China?
I have say something very important to you. I'm really sorry for fucking the mud up and screwing his missing sky income. But I talked to him, and for the people who don't know what happened is that there is a change in the trade notes in China, but because of the patch and because it was a derp, I fucked it up. So there was some of the trade links were missing, and it was heavily in disfavor of you. So as soon as this game like unpaused and a month ticks, then his income is going to jump up by 20.
Ah, shit. Yeah, it looks like he need it because he has 13,000 in loans.
Yeah, but I talked to him, and like even if he had more money, then like the money that he has not gained went to his ally, and he probably would still have lost the war with the Indians because they like
Wait, what
increase
do you mean
in
the
income
money
in his.
he hasn't gained went to his ally?
Yeah, because if you look at the missing trade links and what they actually accomplished is that Beijing China earned more money out of it.
Well, at the same time, Siam was supposed to feed Canton as well.
Yeah, Burma to
And that
Siam,
money went to
Siam
the
Canton.
Indians instead. So some money went to his enemies instead of him.
Yeah, but like that's 3 ducats a month, I think.
I mean, 3 ducats a month in a lot of months is a lot of money.
It goes through a few notes. It goes through that as well. So I think it's more than 3 a month.
It goes to human where it's only 1.4 going out. So it's like there's practically less than 1 ducat going out that way. And then there's the Siam node that doesn't take. But the problem is that it didn't even have the merchants to steer from Siam to Kantang anyway. So he would not have gained that much out of it anyway. So it's very minimal amount of money that his enemies gained and he lost out of it. And like it was not the deciding factor in the war.
No, it wasn't.
What did he
they won
lose in the war? It doesn't look like he lost that much.
They won the war.
Hey, they won the war. Okay.
Yeah, look at Kam. That is Beiyang China's new vassal. They now own one of the mountains that can block off through Tibet.
That's nice.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, then they cut Sang in half. And
Yep.
now they have direct borders with Delhi. Yeah,
Nope.
I guess.
Nope. That's
Yue has.
The wasteland.
Ah, okay.
Yeah,
so-
Yue has.
Yes, a wasteland.
Yue has through the mountains, but that's that's a level 4 mountain force.
Okay.
I'm actually also happy to see that he started like to build manufacturers because in the first couple of sessions he used a lot of money on temples and stuff and not manufacturers.
Who?
Yue.
Yue barely built any temples in the first sessions though, did he?
Yeah, I remember actually he did build.
He has
I mean, like
built a
in-
lot of churches overall.
Yeah, but the AI could have built them for him.
Yeah, maybe. He has built
Some of them in the south no.
4
those are his
manufacturers
couple.
as far as I can see.
Oh well.
Well, anyway, but I mean the future's looking pretty bright for them, right? They don't have a lot of enemies except for the Indians, but it looks like they can win against the Indians.
Yep, and they have a big meat shield in Oirat.
Yeah. And Oirat is allied to you and Beijing, China.
Yeah.
Wait, none of them are great powers?
No,
Huh. Okay.
they're just below the great power line.
On an intentional or it just happens to be so?
I just
I
think
don't
it
think
has
it's
to be a
intentional.
happy coincidence.
Okay.
Right now, even if they embrace the institution, they're going to be below it by a
Yeah.
decent.
Yeah. And there's probably staying friends. There's no reason for them to fight each other. And both of their ideas and tech look really good. They're caught up on tech and ideas. So, Japan, do you want to add anything? You've been in pretty much contact with them?
I haven't been in that much contact with them. They're not even in the same voice chat.
They're not? Okay.
No.
Okay. If you were in the...
Japan is an isolationist country.
Alright, of course. But Stabshot and Rebusi haven't said much in a while. If you were in the shoes of these Chinese guys, what would you do?
Unite China.
Of course you would.
I think that's too ambitious, but like Beijing, China has the best opportunity for deving. Like his deving potential is huge, and Yue has a good expansion route in the southeast, like in the Laos and Vietnam and Cambodia area. So it seems that their paths are like carved out, and Beijing, China can also go into Tibet. It's bad land, but like the states are anyway going to be a problem for any of them, especially in those areas of the map.
Yeah. Does you have a player on Langchang?
Langshang was dead, and then he killed Langshang and released Langshang when Langshang had a player on it.
Yeah, okay. But
Like,
right
killed
as of
Langshang?
now, does Langchang have a player?
No.
No.
Okay. His Liberty Desire is at 100%, so... I mean, the Indians could...
Did he do it the wrong way? He probably did it the wrong way then. Hold on.
Okay, so
no.
otherwise...
What? Why is it so...
Because of rebels, I think.
Yeah, because of Rebel.
So,
Cause...
like the rebels took back a lot of his territory from the Indians, and for some reason when they get territory back from rebels, they get a ton of liberty desire.
As soon as the truce between the Indians and you run out, they could support his independence if he doesn't get a player on Langchang.
Yeah, but they don't want to be in that war anyways, because then the AI is going to be the war leader.
Ah,
But
right,
yeah,
of course.
they're
Of
fucked.
And
course.
the AI, that AI doesn't really want provinces from Yue, it wants provinces from the Indians.
Yeah, I guess.
So, yeah.
One of the things I like to see is that there's no Manchu culture conversions all over the place.
No, because they have been very late to the party.
There also hasn't been any Manchu culture because, yeah, it's Yurkan culture, which is a bit worse for the Chinese, I suppose, if they want to actually switch.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks pretty good overall. Oirat also a lot of Oirat doesn't have any loans, but his tech is much more behind than the other ones, and the
They
same.
started much later than everyone
Yeah,
else.
he started as an AI, right, and then he became a player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to comment on a thing that's like where Oret's land is the largest group of a single type of trade good in the game now. There's like, I think I counted once to 44 like livestock provinces connected to each other. I think that's really lazy. Given this,
What I mean, like, it used to be grain.
Yeah, it's
Like
that-
when you
Isn't livestock
colonize
pretty much a perfect, like, trade good for that area though?
But yeah, before Mandate of Heaven, that used to be grain, all of that. And that didn't really reflect, because there's no grain growing there.
There's just livestock.
Yeah, there's just
The
livestock.
nomads.
But didn't all the new provinces also get the uncolonized provinces gets out the livestock? I think because that's the highest possibility of the goods.
That's true.
And he
Oh,
has
it used to be wool, right? It used to be grain and wool.
he still has the gold mine at least. If we start a new game now, there's no gold mine here, right?
Nope.
Yeah, that's a big loss for Manchu.
Anyway, Oirat, do you think he can become a relevant player? Do you think he is a relevant player?
He's going to be a secondary player for pretty much the entire game, but he's going to be able to do something.
Where did he get his corruption from? Did he change reform? No, he has no reforms.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Oh, you're right. He was
He's
always
taken
reformed.
aristocratic ideas, but he's a plutocracy now. But I don't think that's like, I think that's a more modern change than.
Yeah, he did. He did swap to plutocracy.
Okay.
But that was from reforming, wasn't it?
No,
No.
because he
He's
has
the
the
kingdom now.
plutocracy. Yeah, but he has the plutocracy reform.
Yeah, but
He
he
took-
was a step lord before, so he had
Yeah,
to reform.
and he took another reform, and then Tafs came and asked me, "How did you get plutocratic ideas as a nation?" And I said, "You need to take the plutocracy reform," and
Fair
then he
enough.
took the plutocracy reform. Like,
So he changed it after he
Yeah.
reformed into a
yes,
monarchy.
yes.
Okay. But Japan, Anamarush, do you have anything? How's your relations with the Oirat? Is that it the same? Do you lump them together with the Chinese?
Basically, he's the almost Chinese guy.
Almost Chinese guy.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. Does someone want to add anything before we go on to Russia?
No.
Okay.
No.
Russian time then.
Are we gonna skip Transoxiana again?
I mean, Transoxiana is bound by what Timur
He's the
does.
extension of Timmy.
Yeah.
Doesn't count.
I mean, unless he makes. I mean, we can talk about him as soon as he breaks free.
Oh,
I'm just
let's
gonna
talk
say
about
it's
Russia.
Yeah.
His country looks pretty good, and let's go to Russia.
Yeah, he does. Russia. Do you have? What do you say about Russia?
Here we have the dying nation of Russia. He is clearly dying because everyone is against him, and he's not getting help from anyone, and he's dying because all of his provinces are sieged, as you can see.
Yeah, I see a lot of.
He barely has any troops to defend himself as well.
Yeah, so he's dead. There's no way of him ever coming back from this.
No, he has one way of actually not dying. He has to ally Oirat so he can secure his vast eastern border.
Yeah.
And by doing so, he might be able to buy himself enough time to actually survive.
You can essentially see the state of the Russian nation by checking his only gold.
Anyway, do you think that Russia would stand a chance against Ottomans?
He doesn't have religious ideas. He has taken economic ideas. A chance against the Ottomans, possibly, but only if the Ottomans because Russia is a much more secure position than the Ottomans, but they don't have that much conflict over each other anyway.
Yeah.
Like the only possibility is that the Ottomans are defending Ruthenia to not allow the Russians to grow or something like that. That they actually end up in a conflict against each other. But because of the Ottoman central position, the Ottomans are not heavily incentivized to actually do that much against the Russians. But at the same time, the Russians' eco is still garbage because it still hasn't trade ideas finished or started at all. So, I don't know. He has 8 factories though and pretty good income. And like if you look at the development, like the first 3 players in development, the Russian, Ottomans, and France, are so far ahead of everyone else. That's really big. I don't know. I think it's actually a huge difference.
Russia is doing great. He has no threat whatsoever because the Ottomans does not want to fight with him. Transoxiana Timurids does not want to fight with him. Ruthenia is his ally.
Yeah,
Safe. Like,
he's pretty much safe.
he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah.
He has a massive standing army.
His economy is a lot worse than France and Ottomans.
Yeah, but
Like
he's
a
Russia.
lot.
I mean, he's Russia.
He
If-
needs to have trade ideas. Then he fixes his eco.
Okay. Does someone wanna say anything more than that he's safe and pretty strong?
I mean, like, he has been fighting quite a lot and helping Ruthenia win fights. He can
Yeah.
obviously fight. Yeah, he hasn't just been sitting still and doing nothing, which I have to give him credit for.
Yep.
But other than that, it's not really that interesting. He's just big and massive and
You can just look at the prosperity map mode.
threatening.
Yeah, there hasn't been a whole lot of fighting in Russian territory. Early in the game, there were some sieges. We almost sieged Moscow, but yeah, that was the last time I think there was ever a fight in Russian territory. Right, there was some small fighting in the Crimea area, but I mean, overall, it's very prosperous.
Yep.
And if you were in his shoes, what would you do?
Keep on doing what you're doing currently. Maybe take the Samarkand node.
Okay, yeah. So, anyone want to say something else before we move on to my country, Ruthenia?
No.
Okay.
No.
So, let's move on to Ruthenia. From an outsider's perspective, how does my country look?
Small.
Oh, wow, thanks.
Not good.
Yeah. It's a cute
Only 5
economy, but
manufacturers.
Yeah, I've had loans my entire game.
Not finished ideas.
You made a nice rebound. That's all I can say.
Thanks.
You were not looking very good. Some point.
Yeah, I mean,
You look
I've
like
had
the
a
bigger Poland.
yeah, I've had a lot of help from Russia. He helped me win important wars, and I've had help from Hungary. And I guess that both Möller and the Cookie, who's been playing on Poland, is pretty angry with me. Because have you heard about the deal? Have you heard about the Moldavian deal I did with Hungary? Okay, so what happened was there was gonna be a lot of players attacking the Ottomans because people said, hey, he's spiraling out of control. And Mamluks was gonna join, and Poland was gonna join with HRE, and I said I was gonna join, and this maybe the Italians would join, and Russia didn't want to join. He said that's a bad war, though we shouldn't fight that war. It's very unnecessary.
Because Neuron never wants to play for game balance. He only wants to play for his own gain. And for his allies' gain.
Yeah. And so what I did was I talked to Hungary and said like, yeah, I'm also attacking you right now. But, I mean, we've had friendly relations, and I said, yeah, it's... I mean, we have a common enemy in Poland. I have deals with Poland right now to, like, attack you. But basically, he's a future enemy of me. And what I did was, if you give me Moldavia, I can say, yeah, I upheld my deal. I took a very big, like, war against. I took a big part in. I took a big peace deal in the war against the Ottomans, which I did, and I got Moldavia. And then I turned and attacked Poland. And another reason for me to do this was also to see, I thought Poland was gonna bait me. I thought it was gonna like, yeah, attack Ottomans when we will attack Ottomans, and as soon as I attacked Ottomans, he was gonna attack me. That's what I thought he would do, but he didn't do that. He actually held his deal, but I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna say that Hungary did a good job of making Poland Polish.
Yeah, actually.
He has no Bohemian land left.
We have some Bohemian land left.
Yeah, some
What
of it.
Bohemian land?
Bavaria. Above Bavaria there. Bamberg.
That's not Bohemian though.
Yeah, it's a
We
Czech.
Well, it actually has
One
Bamberg,
Czech.
I
Yeah.
guess.
But anyway,
Yeah, that's-
so I mean, I kind of did a dick move against Poland, but from my perspective, what I did was I secured my western border. I got Moldavia, and I also got land in Poland. So it was a win-win-win for me. But I get why he's angry with me as well.
You made pretty much the entirety of Europe angry with you.
Yeah, I guess. But Russia didn't want to fight Ottomans to begin with, at all. When I said, yeah, I can get Russia into the fight, I was bluffing because he didn't want to join. He said, like, no, I'm not gonna fight Ottomans, and neither are you. So I was bluffing the whole time. So if I had attacked Ottomans, it would have been on my own, and it wouldn't have ended well for me at all. And the only thing I could have gotten from that war was Moldavia, and I got Moldavia as well. So I mean, I guess I made people angry, but I also made a good peace for me. If that makes any sense.
You managed to get Netherlands and France against you, though, by doing that.
Yeah. Wait, Netherlands?
Yes?
You didn't join the war.
No?
Uh-oh.
Not yet.
Uh-oh. Monkas. I mean,
to me, it's like looking like you, Hungary, Ottomans, and Russia are doing everything you can to destroy the HRE, and I'm part of the HRE, and I don't like that.
yeah, I mean, the plan wasn't to destroy HRE. The plan was to survive and not die. And be something more than a small guy. But I'm still a kind of a small guy.
You are a small guy.
Yeah. Anyway.
Your biggest issue is that you're gonna be a vassal to someone for the rest of the game, pretty much.
Yeah.
Because you're locked between, like, you only have pretty much one outcome that ensures you don't get vassalized by Ottomans or Russia indirectly, which is join the HRE.
And let your country become the battlefield.
If yeah, I mean that's what I have to look forward to if that happens. I mean, no matter what I do, my country will be the battlefield. It feels like.
Not necessarily, but you will have to either follow the Ottomans or Russia or both.
Yeah, that's I kind of
income.
Yeah. I don't get a lot of income from anything.
No, but you're in a dependency state.
Yeah. Anyway,
If you don't do what they say, they will attack.
Before last session, what would you have done? I mean, if you were in my shoes, how would you have acted?
I would have talked to Poland. Made a deal with them, because you can trust both Möller and Cookie. I mean, like, you might not like their deal, but you can trust that if they give you a deal, they will hold on.
Yeah, I mean, he kind of broke one deal already.
Which one?
The one I wrote a whole big thing about it on the subreddit.
I don't know what you're talking
They had
about.
some kind of deal about what provinces goes to whom. And
Yeah. When we split up Poland, I didn't get like the things I wanted.
Yeah, but
yeah.
Yep.
And
I don't know about that one, because I think that was just a big misunderstanding with, like,
No, it wasn't a misunderstanding. It was that they made the deal, and then Cookie was supposed to. Then Cookie.
I mean,
decided to
it's
play
a whole
as
thing. It's a
vassal.
whole thing. You can read and make your own mind up. I'm not gonna
As
like.
far as I've understood it, basically Cookie, after the deal was made, it was decided that he was going to play the Teutonic Order, and they didn't want to give up those provinces.
Yeah. Basically, I felt that I was cheated of a lot of provinces. Not a lot of provinces, about
I
3
see.
provinces. But I mean, you can make your own mind up about that one. I'm not gonna try to convince anyone. Anyway.
Oh, it's...
I could have talked to him already then and said like, yeah, I don't feel satisfied with this deal at all. But you know, that's in the past right now.
Yep.
Anyway, do we move on to another country like
Poland.
Poland, Hungary? Yeah, well, let's go to Poland first. What do we have to say about Poland?
He's small and he's vulnerable.
He's behind in tech.
His eco is worse than yours.
A lot worse.
Yeah, wait, he doesn't gain any money from trade?
No.
How?
He's
Because
transferring
his
trade.
capital
He's-
got and
yeah.
shit.
Yep.
Do you think he will be able to rebound?
It all depends.
Okay.
Like, I haven't actually done any deep blow, so I don't know what people are planning to do. But there are lots of possible scenarios, like He could have talked to you, and you're just bluffing something right now. Could have talked to Hungary about something. He can't just die to continuous warfare. Maybe the entire world is coming out to save him, including like the Chinese people. I don't know. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen.
But it's not looking good right now.
Anyway, do we continue to the rest of HRE, Saxony, Hanover?
They are
Would-
very small, but they are very stable.
So if you were in hung in Saxony's shoes, what would you do?
Form
Yeah, what
Prussia.
would you do? I
Eat
need
Poland,
advice.
eat Poland, eat Poland.
Okay.
Yeah, but
yeah. Wait, Saxony, you're here in the channel
yeah,
right
here.
now.
Julius,
Yeah,
Julius,
Give me
So-
tips.
Well, Anima said eat Poland. Another one said form Prussia. And Stabshot, what do you say?
Kinda late doing anything right now.
Mm.
My choice would be wait and see.
So it will get even more late.
Yeah, but then big things can happen. You have to exploit them.
Would you? I actually, when the last war against Poland happened, not the last one, but when I did my backstab war against Poland, because it kind of was a backstab, I told Saxony and Hanover not to, not to join the war and say like, yeah, you can have a chance to grow right now. Would you have taken that deal, or would you have
No.
stayed with your partner?
I would have stayed with my partner.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. Like,
But
let's just give the Russian Ruthenian alliance more land for free. Woo! That could possibly end badly.
who said form Prussia?
I did.
Like,
Little bit
if someone forms Prussia, I will throw everything I have at the nation.
How about
But actually, I think the best place
Um,
Saxony is to attack the Netherlands.
Snapshot. What if I form Prussia and I don't get Prussian ideas? I just keep my own.
You'll have to remove the Prussian government too.
Oh yeah, that's
Okay, how about this? I take all of the provinces, but don't click the button.
that's already been
I mean,
done.
just taking the provinces is hard enough. You need
Yeah, I
provinces
need to take
from.
one from you.
Yeah.
I mean, like, if Prussia forms, I will ally the Timurids and we will both declare war on Prussia.
How about we get someone to jump in on Sweden, he takes the provinces, forms Prussia, and then really gives them back and stays on Gotland as a one province minor.
No.
Anyway,
Let's let's have someone own Königsegg that doesn't own the rest of the provinces needed form Prussia.
Done. It's
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
already
done.
that way.
Yeah, I know. It's perfect. I like it.
But the Teutons doesn't they get? No, they need Königsberg.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the only one
Everyone
they need.
needs Königsberg to form, and unless you're
Königsegg.
Teutons, you need Königsegg and Danzig. Only Teutons only need Königsegg.
And only the Teutons can do it while they're a vassal as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah, they can.
Well, let's go back. Let's go to Hanover, and then we will go back to Hungary and Ottomans.
Hanover is nice.
Hanover is playing tall.
Yes.
Very
Like
tall.
Like
But he has
his
not put
provinces
them
are
in
shit,
methods.
but he's seeing a pretty good trade, like trade node, so he's fine.
What's his future's gonna be? What is his future gonna be like? Do you think?
He's gonna
Making
be
money.
a vågmästare.
Ah,
Maybe.
yeah.
Like, he has all right military ideas. He has an all right economy. He has an all right amount of provinces. He has an all right amount of dev. He's not a major player in any way, but he does make a difference.
I mean, on any side of the war, 70,000 extra troops is always good.
Yes.
I mean, just look at the last war between the Russian alliance against Poland, where when France joined, we were pushing into France, and then Saxony and Hanover joined, and we had to fall back and actually give a white peace. I mean,
Yeah.
it makes a difference in any given war, definitely. Okay. Do we have anything more to say about this this area before we go back to Hungary and Ottomans?
What
I
about
wanna see-
Switzerland?
The Switzerland, yeah, we can look at Switzerland and Bavaria and Netherlands, but
Let's look at them at the same time as you do the Italians then.
yeah, that's what I think.
Hungary Ottomans.
Okay, the Switzerlands are pretty amazing. They have 29 income on production. They have built manufacturing in pretty much every single province. That's pretty well done.
Yeah, it is.
Like having that income and not based on trade, and small that like Switzerland is.
Oh yeah.
He
Uh,
actually has a lot of dev, I think, for his provinces.
Yeah.
Yeah, and most of it is Diplodev as well.
the only thing he needs is area to grow.
Yeah.
Anyway, Hungary, Ottomans. Do you think this alliance will last? First of all.
Yes.
Yes.
Do you think that Hungary will get a coalition against himself, or do you think this coalition will actually fire against Hungary?
I don't want to be in an offensive war against against Hungary. I'm just in it for the defensive part.
Okay, so so overall he's sitting pretty safe, and he has 2 gold mines.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so at least.
Yeah,
But, like, I don't think anyone wants to declare an offensive war right now.
Yeah, and as
Also-
long as
Also,
Like
he
that
has
ruler
15% extra discipline on his mercs, so Ottoman can just feed him a lot of money and he can run around with his black army and fuck shit up.
Yeah,
For,
he has no
like-
mercs right now, but
For 36 more years. Then
Yeah,
gets
that's a
rid-
lot of time to kill.
Yeah, of course.
if you were in Hungary's shoes, the age-old question: what would you do?
Form Poland.
Take Tyrol.
Take Tyrol from Poland. Yeah. Do you think what's his biggest adversary? What's his biggest threat?
Italians and France.
and
His
then-
own ambition.
And if he forms Poland, does he keep the black army modifier?
Yeah.
Ooh, then I want him to form Poland as well.
But not so, like, after 36 years he gets removed.
It does.
As soon as Age of Obsoletism comes, it gets removed.
Okay. By an event or
Yeah.
by
So
okay.
a bit irrelevant, but if I was Hungary, I would choose a naval doctrine. Just because it's free, and he has this pop-up, and I don't know why he's not doing it to get rid of the pop-up.
Because he probably doesn't have a navy.
Yeah, but it's free to pick it, so why not just do it?
Yeah, I should pick the naval maintenance modifier.
Exactly.
No chance to capture enemy ships, so he can actually get a navy.
Ooh. So he throws his army at the navy and gets
Yeah,
a
yeah.
navy.
Yeah, so like he sieges down a port while the entire enemy navy is in the port, and he gets 33% of the navy.
Hmm.
OP as fuck.
Sounds fair enough.
Sounds cool. Good. He has
That
some-
doesn't actually work, does it?
No,
that doesn't work. It would be awesome if it did, though. Anyway, he has some manufacturers, but not a lot.
I would
But-
build buildings. He can like
Yeah.
he has so
He
many
has
good-
no loans, pretty good economy, so he can build a lot of
yeah,
buildings,
but
right?
subsidies.
Ah, yeah, is it? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ! Yeah.
He,
What
he
the?
does not have an economy.
Ah, okay. I did not see that one. Yeah,
And
he
it's
gains.
all the Ottomans.
Hey,
Like his economy is never going to be that great because the gold miners get to the game. He doesn't have a good trade node, so he's totally relying on the Ottomans or someone else to subsidize what they have.
I mean, yeah, the Ottoman
Basically,
is
Hungary
big time
and
saving him.
Romania are in the same position, are they?
Yeah, pretty much. Both of us are relying on greater powers, but aren't the smallest of guys either.
Yeah.
You're basically
I'm
the
small.
medium-sized buffer states.
Yeah. But I mean, both of us have...
poor buffer state.
but both of us have grown because of our bigger, like, counterparts.
Brothers.
Yeah, bigger brothers.
Also, you need to convert your gold mines.
Would you stay as Catholic as Hungary?
I'm not sure why he has.
No, convert to Orthodox.
Isn't he converting to Orthodox already? Like
Yeah, I
how-
think so.
no,
Like,
Yeah,
no,
he tried, but it failed.
He has converted Orthodox
Has-
provinces to Catholic.
He chose to have the Hungarian counter-reformation.
Hmm.
So I think he's gonna stay Catholic.
No, he hasn't embraced it.
He hasn't embraced it now.
he has a buff called Hungarian Counter-Reformation.
You get the.
Okay,
It's an
something
event.
else.
It's
Okay,
an event.
Okay.
Anyway, so Ottomans. Do we want to say anything about Ottomans except that they're really, really, really strong?
They are really, really, really strong.
They look
I
strong.
want to say that the potential is like a lot declining on income right now because
Yeah.
he has already built so many manufacturers. It's not like Russia, where Russia has pretty much built like 8 manufacturers or something, and need like the trade goods are so low value that like he needs a lot of cash to actually get him going. The Ottomans are already started and are like in this position where like the income is not going to grow because of building up that much more.
But I mean, he's so big and strong that, I mean, he's gonna survive anyway. And
Yeah,
not
of
only
course.
survive, basically flourish unless a lot of people don't want him to anymore.
Yeah, but his growth is gonna stagnate very hard right now.
Yeah. Unless Mamluk and...
I mean, like even if he takes things from the Mamluks, his income isn't gonna grow
I guess.
Yeah,
because
he's already
that's
composed
not
to the trade
valuable land,
provinces.
and he's not gonna be able to get it that much trade either.
So what would be his best course of action?
To build himself up for the late game, like
Okay.
deving his own nation, like getting good borders, getting strong points, building up his fort lines. Getting a
Using
lot of
more money on
professionals. Yes,
advisors
nobody-
because he has very low advisors for what he should, in my opinion.
Yeah, he should be sitting on 333s
He doesn't earn that much money though.
for his dev. Yeah.
If he has all force active, he only earn like 12 ducats.
I think there is some economic management that needs to be improved in the Ottomans.
Yeah, he's paying
Especially
14 ducats a
force.
month for mercs, even though he's at full manpower.
Yeah, he has too many mercs. He has forts that he doesn't really need, in my opinion. He has very many level 2 forts that could be replaced by level 4 forts as well. Yeah. And he's paying a lot of subsidies, but that's...
Right now
Probably to be
his
expected.
economy looks a little bit worse than it is because of the missionary. That's 6 ducats more. I mean, it's not that much, but it's not like that insignificant either.
He has a lot of Janissaries, to be honest.
Yeah. I mean, militarily, there's no one that can could beat him.
56 Janissaries.
Yeah. Anyway, do we continue to
Italiano.
Italiano, Firenze? What do we say about Firenze?
Yes.
Very...
Building tall. And invading North Africa.
Invading North Africa is giving him a lot of land that he...
He's
kind of
also
needs.
by far the richest Italian.
Yeah.
Good
And
risk.
strongest.
Yeah.
What is his best course of action?
Unite Italy.
Get fat. Get fatter.
This is always like, form Prussia,
Kill
unite
your
Italy.
allies.
Kill your allies, kill them. Destroy them all.
That's kind of why he died on
No,
Poland
like-
and Burgundy.
No,
Not
that's
too
not
evil on Florence should just keep on doing what he's doing. Because he's going under the radar, getting stronger and stronger and stronger, like he always does. And then at like 1650, he's going to kill his allies, become super massive, form Italy, and try to win the game.
Is he gonna form Italy though?
He's almost got manufacturers in all of his Italian provinces.
Like he's doing the same thing every game, growing slowly but surely, keeping his expansion routes open the entire game. And then when we're getting close to late game, he just goes bananas, increases his dev, because he doesn't dev that much. He builds university everywhere, pushes down his development cost out to 4, gets like top 3 on the development list, and just goes bananas on the world.
It's
looking
it's
forward
an
to that.
interesting theory. We will see.
It's like the opposite of Wilhelm.
Milan and Genoa, they're kind of like also smaller versions of Florence. Do you agree?
Yeah, I don't know why they allowed. Like, I can understand Genoa because he's a trade republic. He doesn't want that. But
Yeah.
Milan should have pushed for a better deal than what he currently got.
Yeah.
Maybe.
But you don't mean that those provinces he got in Maghreb is good?
No.
Yeah. Nah.
Yeah,
I'm
the
also
thing about
a bit
Milan is that he,
concerned about his manpower. Why has he got so much less manpower, and why is he paying 43 ducats for mercenaries?
Milan?
Yeah.
Because
fighting Andalusia.
Andalusia.
Yeah, Shanghai is Andalusia's
Yeah.
vassal.
And why aren't the others in this war?
They have a truce. That's
Yeah.
over in a year, and then they will probably declare another war.
And they will probably grab the rest of Morocco.
Yeah, good luck with that.
Milan is generally just really messed up right now because this session he started pretty much with all manufacturers built in northern Italy, all that he could, and now he has it again. So his income is not going to grow because of that. His development is already so high, so deving more is like really bad.
Yeah.
He has gotten a little bit in Africa, but like deving in Africa, it's not good.
Northern Africa is actually pretty alright in Morocco.
Yeah, but that's not what he got.
He
So
got
he
the
needs to
desert.
get that.
He got the arid part.
Yeah,
He
but
got
I mean,
the
like he
first
could get more in this war if he doesn't give back a lot of provinces to Songhai if he wins that.
What would you do if you were Milan?
Backstab
Unite Italy.
Florence. This time I agree.
I think Milan did some early game stuff that was like deals that were not really advantageous and blocked
Yeah.
himself in. And now he's just trying to get something in North Africa and West Africa, but he's too much behind his allies. So backstabbing his allies sounds like not a good idea because he's the buffer state between his allies and other nations that can maybe want to take some land.
The
So,
funny
no.
part is that he is the only Italian who left the HRA.
By mistake.
Right. If you were Italy, would you be worried about being sandwiched between France and Hungary?
No.
No. Okay.
Because you bought a both, then you are actually safe.
Well,
Right.
he doesn't border from France.
No, not directly. But
Yeah,
it's,
but his allies does, and
Yeah.
like
Yeah,
practically
No,
does.
but I don't think they should worry about France going that way. If France wanted to go that way, he should have gone that way earlier.
yeah.
Or he will go that way when he can't go west anymore.
He has
Is there any
been
specific
fully...
reason why he doesn't accept cultures as well?
Like,
Milan?
CJ's MO is the same as Wilhelm. Like, if he would attack Italy now, he would get IRL AE,
Yeah.
and that's bad. So he's not going to do that. Maybe he does it like 1700 and forwards. I don't know.
Whoa, yeah. This podcast is way too long, I just realized. So we have to...
Wrap it up quickly.
Wrap it up. Anyway,
So,
Genoa, do we have
what-
anything to say about
First,
Genoa?
Make-
why
Makes
is Milan
money.
not accepting? And what's Genoa's endgame? What's he gonna do? Is
I
he
mean-
gonna build military, or is he gonna...
No, he just wants to make money. That's the only thing he cares.
Yeah.
He wants to have a navy that he can sail around, do nice shit with. Maybe not fight anyone, but just pirate somewhere, I don't know. Make money.
But if that's the case, why did he go quantity instead of quality?
Because he
wants to
needs
fight.
to survive in the early game.
Also, the policy with trade is 20% goods produced.
Yeah, but he would make more money from the trade efficiency. And
It's Tech Gordon. He doesn't care about your stupid min-max. He does what he wants.
fair enough. He's alive so far.
Yeah, he's alive. He's alive, and he's never gonna be like one of the biggest players, and I don't think he ever intends to either.
No.
Let's go France. What do we have to say about France, except that he's extremely big?
He
Beautiful
was
man.
extremely
One more
boring.
thing about Genoa, he's rather vulnerable because he put his most of his dev, or a lot of dev, and his capital on an island, but he hasn't got any navy, so...
Yeah, I
France
guess,
has
yeah.
been extremely boring.
Yeah, France has had a really easy game from start to finish.
Yeah.
And then now
boring
his...
His
he now is-
manufacturing map mode is great. Like, holy shit. He has done nothing this entire campaign. Like,
Yeah, I know.
yeah, Yikes. Yeah, okay, if you compare France's and Russia's game, who have played it?
France.
Okay.
France is stronger
France
than
hasn't
Russia.
really done much, that's the thing, but that's exactly what he should have done.
Yeah. I mean, he hasn't had to done. Okay, I don't think I phrased that correctly, but he doesn't need to do anything because his game has been so easy.
he
If you
was
get what I mean.
served everything on a silver platter.
Yeah.
Like they say, like this is like I think season 17 where like UN decided to fuck me up and serve the victory to Luda like on a silver platter.
Yeah.
Do you think he will ever be threatened?
No.
Not really. I mean, like, I went in and fixed his morale a bit, and if he pops his religious thing, changes his advisor, gets all of his religious ideas under control, then he goes up to 5.7 morale,
Oh, yeah.
and then it's bye-bye everyone except the Ottoman.
But okay, Netherlands. We have talked about your wars in other parts of the world, your expansions. But do you have to say anything about your European politics?
Stab does what Stab does.
Yeah, I'm trying to be friends with as many people as possible in Europe because I don't want wars in Europe.
Yeah.
Europe is. I want to have Europe as my power base, and I don't want to expand it or make it smaller. There's no point in fighting here.
Historical.
Yeah, I want to get like, I want to meme. I want to do historical things or semi-historical things. Colonize.
You wanna die in Africa?
Yeah, I want to die in Africa. Like I got the Cape before the British, so I call that a victory.
I wouldn't have taken the Cape because that's main. I wanted my colonial nation to take the Cape, but the colonial range and exploration shit is really annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're going pretty strong, and your economy is great.
No, my economy is fucking trash compared to
What?
what it could have been. Yeah.
Compared to what it could have been.
Like-
I mean,
If I didn't do this all of these stupid wars in India or in Indonesia where I lost like so much money, I could have easily have had an income above 250 right now.
but where's the fun in that? Where's the fun?
Yeah, there is no fun in that. So this is why I did what I did.
Like
Yeah.
Stab has 2 manufactories and one he didn't build.
Your own jokes, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't built a single manufactory, and I haven't devved pretty much anything in Europe yet. Because I'm waiting for eco ideas and universities to come at the same time.
Yeah.
And then I will increase my dev in Europe like 7-fold or something stupid.
Sevenfold is little ambitious. If you're lucky, you can double.
I'm looking forward to 7-folding your dev in Europe.
But like,
That's
okay, so
Aren't you
look at
supposed
my
to, like, dev but not increase your dev? Like, remove admin and...
yeah, I am removing admin.
Yeah.
But you see my dev, right? I have 853 dev.
yeah.
Yeah, and if you look at the breakdown, I have 182 manpower dev, which is very small compared to the rest of the dev, which is the one I want the most of. And most of that manpower dev is not in Europe. It's in trade companies. Trade companies do not have the local manpower increase building. So, like, if you look at one of the provinces I have here in Africa, Kayor, which is my northernmost province in West Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get 375 manpower from that. It has 500 base. Like, I'm not getting any manpower whatsoever, and it's fucking killing me.
Yeah.
So I have the possibility of making money, but I am so starved for manpower. It's insane. I have a maximum manpower of 67. Like, Switzerland has more than I do.
I almost have more than you, and I don't have quantity.
And yet you have this idea that gives you
Could increase it a
25%
little
manpower.
bit by
Yeah.
building military administration buildings, I guess.
So my goal next session is just build up.
Increase that. Yeah. But you have a fun game at least because you're part of the entire world,
Yeah.
the world politics, yeah. And the same goes for you, Britain.
Yes.
Do you,
It's a mess.
do you see yourselves as kind of rivals or kind of on the same,
Clash.
on the
I
same
don't
page?
like. We haven't had that much of a relation at all.
They're rivals and part of a cirkelrunk at the same time.
Yeah.
Sounds about right.
It's a gigantic mess. Like, we tried to do the war against Putua, and
Yeah.
like when I was at the war, and then like at some point I like hear like I watch peace and some. Where the fuck are other people still in the war? And like I look, I'm the only one. And like, oh, okay. Like,
It's so funny because Congo and Ethiopia came to me and were like, "Do you want to have a war against Batua?" And I was like, "Yeah, that can maybe help me secure my holdings in South Africa because Batua looks like he wants to take everything I have." And I was like, "Sure." And then they declared the war. I declared my own war, and they just lost. Like, not even small. They lost so hard. There was just pretty much a 1v1, and there was no way I was winning a 1v1 against Batua. I was like, fuck this, guys. I'm out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was fighting on 4 fronts at the same time and winning everywhere.
Yeah.
Feels good, man.
Yeah, like I've said before, Diplo is probably not your biggest strength, but fighting is something you're good at.
You don't need Diplo if you're better than everyone else.
Yikes!
You don't
That's a quote.
you don't need to fight anyone if you're good at Diplo.
You need to fight everyone. No
Uh,
exceptions.
Actually, Netherlands, you have a bigger manpower pool than Great Britain.
yeah,
Yeah,
but that's by a small
But
margin.
not in Switzerland.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I find it funny that you almost split English in half and half, like 47 against 49%. It's pretty.
Yeah, but it's
decent.
constantly fluctuating. It's like,
Do you want to see something interesting?
Yeah, sure.
You know how Great Britain starts with the highest mercantilism in the game?
Okay.
Yeah, I have more mercantilism than Great Britain.
Ooh.
Yeah, Great Britain should have gone Anglican for the mercantilism.
Because that's where I spent my Diplo power.
Ah.
I
But I
didn't
mean,
get-
like
spending
every time I can take, like, I don't want to lose Diplo points or something on mercantilism right now in this stage of the game. Like, it's costing me too much. I need the sailors. So the problem, like, I'm not in the position to actually challenge in on the mercantilism part. And now I want to talk about the shitty fucking Cornwall vessel. Okay, so I had a player like playing as Cornwall, so he could put the burglars on the 2 wall ports Cornwall has.
Yeah.
The AI not only removed them, but he put the nobles in one of them.
Why?
So this AI thought it was a good idea to put a nobles on a wall port. So I don't think the AI takes no consideration of where they put any estates. Like, that's...
Well, I mean, like, he only has 4 provinces, right?
Yeah.
No, he has some in the New World as well.
Yeah. There's Guyana,
They're
Cornwall.
gonna become. Are they even, like? Is that even a state? Yeah, it is a state. Wow.
Yeah, but it's not going to be a colonial nation because Cornwall cannot colonize anymore. He
Why
doesn't
not?
have the cash.
Oh.
So he only colonizes if I subsidize him, but I don't want to anger the other South American players, so I'm not subsidizing Cornwall to colonize a shitty province in South America.
Oh, I want to talk about one more thing about the Netherlands.
Yeah, sure.
Do you see my government type?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm a dictator.
I
Ah,
did the same
nice.
thing last
Yeah,
season as well.
and I thought I fucked up, like, really badly, because I was gonna lose my republic. But if you actually kill my leader, kill the president, if you type die Netherlands, type
Hmm.
die Ned.
Die.
You can
Ned.
also do just type kill.
Yeah. I actually get a re-election.
Huh.
So I don't actually.
Yeah,
lose.
but if you do this when you're at 0 Republican tradition,
Okay, add Republican tradition minus 100. And then I die again. Die. I still get an election.
yeah, but if you wait a while, I tried this a few times, and sometimes you just get a random appointed ruler before you can press the sortition event. And then when you press the sortition event, you will be forced into a kingdom.
But you've
I'm
taken
not sure if that's true.
you've taken parliamentarism so that you can't have Dutch Republic. Is
Yeah, I don't want the Dutch Republic.
okay.
It's kind of bad. I'm not going a naval build, so I know a point for having heavy ship compatibility.
What are you gonna go instead?
None.
No, right. For the
I'm not gonna
absolute.
have, yeah, I'm not gonna have a tier 1 reform.
Okay.
But I went parliamentarism because I wanted the extra colonialist and
Yeah.
the colonial growth. I'm probably going to remove parliamentarism later on, unless I manage to find a way to get development cost consistently.
Okay. So there's. Does anyone wanna make a final prediction of the world before we end this very long podcast?
I think by
want
the
to
end
know-
of next session, me and Japan are still at war.
Probably.
Okay. We'll see
I
what
don't
we're
think
gonna
we're gonna do much either. We're just
I want to
gonna
know what sea tile the Netherlandish fleet is buried at.
Next.
couple of them.
Next session, I'm going to be top 3 in ink.
I think he lost some in the coast of Aceh, some on the Karimata Strait, and probably the Java Sea as well.
Like in Skanderbeg, there's a lot of death in the state of Johor, but I don't know if that's not the Netherlands fleet that's on.
Okay, so no fun predictions like these people are gonna go to war or anything.
So I think the native Indians are going not to be existent except Huron. Next, North American Indians except Huron are not going to exist.
Okay.
Yeah, I think there will be a big war in Europe as well.
I think Poland will get smaller.
I think the pirates are going to be tired of not doing anything and start to annoy someone.
Well,
Why? Wait,
that-
am I one of the pirates?
No.
Wait, I'm like the only pirate, aren't I? Oh,
No.
in,
Norway,
Caribbean.
Port Royal.
Norway and Port Royal.
Oh, yeah. Well,
that's... Yeah. No, continue your sentence first.
well, they're already trying to do so, I think. But yeah.
Not Port Royal. He's like crying to me, saying, "I am so bored."
Yeah, I
Let's
mean,
do
playing in
something.
the Caribbean, I did that in the casual season, and yeah, it was really boring.
That's where we're gonna end this way too long episode. Have a good night, everyone.